It has been 10.5 years since the release of Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. It seems like we've been saying that the next one is just around the corner for a while now. But with a new console on the way, I think it may finally be time. One question on everyone's mind about the future of Mario Kart is whether or not it will stay Mario Kart. While Mario Kart 8 has some guests from other game series, it's still mostly set in the Mario universe. However, I think it may be possible that the presence of characters from and tracks based around Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing, and Splatoon are a slippery slope to the series transitioning completely to Nintendo Kart. Let's talk about the concept of a Nintendo Kart, why it could happen, and why I don't want it. When Mario Kart 8 released on the Wii U, it included only characters and locations that existed within the Mario universe. Then the DLC happened, and with it, Mario Kart crossed over with The Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing, and F-Zero. All three of these franchises got tracks based around their respective universe, and Link, the Animal Crossing villager, and Isabelle were added as playable characters. Not sure why Captain Falcon didn't make the cut here, considering F-Zero got 2 courses. And no, the Mii costume Captain Falcon helmet is not a good substitute for the real guy, since Captain Falcon's most defining character traits are his distinct voice lines, which Mii's do not have. If he doesn't say, "Show me your moves," he's not Captain Falcon. The character selection we did get is a little strange as well. We got Link, but no Zelda or Ganondorf, yet Animal Crossing, the seemingly smaller franchise, gave us both Villager and Isabelle. As for the crossover tracks, we have a Zelda-themed course, an Animal Crossing course with 4 different seasons, and 2 F-Zero tracks that emulate the fast-paced racing of that long-defunct series. There's also an Excite Bike course, but honestly, that doesn't even feel like a crossover. It feels more like a reference. The Zelda, Animal Crossing, and F-Zero tracks seem to literally take place in their respective universes, whereas Excite Bike Arena could feasibly just be a stadium in the Mario universe themed around Excite Bike. But this wasn't where the crossovers ended. When Mario Kart 8 moved to the Switch and became Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, one more series got to cross over, Splatoon, with Inkling becoming a playable character. Splatoon didn't get its own racetrack though, they only got a battle course, which makes the series feel less present. I think Mario Kart 8's crossovers were handled just about as well as they possibly could have. The guest characters fit well into the game, their respective tracks do justice to their source material, while still maintaining the core gameplay of Mario Kart, and there are just few enough of them that they don't eclipse the Mario series. So even though I feel positively about these crossover characters and stages in Mario Kart 8, they still scare me. The reason the crossover characters in Mario Kart 8 make me nervous is because I think they may be a hint to a creative direction in the series that would forever end Mario Kart as we know it. I am talking about the possibility of Nintendo Kart, or Super Smash Kart, or whatever it would be called. So, why do I think Nintendo Kart would be a bad thing? Let's start with what I think would be the most drastic change: items. Mario Kart's item system is its most defining feature and the core engine of its gameplay. What makes Mario Kart's items work is how they are distributed, with racers closer to first place getting worse items and players further back getting better items. There's even an item, the infamous blue shell, whose only purpose is to fly to first place and blow them up. The item system gives racers one more element of strategy to focus on, while also adding an element of luck that you have to play around. While every Mario Kart game has had some new items or ditched a few old ones, the items in Mario Kart have been more or less consistent throughout the series. Mushrooms, bullet bills, banana peels, lightning, and shells of the green, red, and blue variety have all been around for a majority of the series. When you think about it, there really aren't that many Mario Kart items, as too many items items would lead to the game becoming too chaotic and less fun due to oversaturation. Compare this to the colossal amount of items in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In that game, items are secondary to strategy, and the game can still be enjoyed without them. In fact, competitive Smash removes items, whereas competitive Mario Kart relies on them. Smash's gameplay lends itself to having a lot of items, which allows a good amount of items from all sorts of different franchises to be used. If Mario Kart suddenly had to have items from other series, even just one of each, it would completely derail the item system by including too many. And since the Mario Kart items are a staple of its gameplay, there would really be no way to get rid of some of its most prolific items. So, best case scenario, you would end up with twice as many items in the game, since you would need to include all the Mario ones, while trying to have items that represent the other series that are crossing over. And that brings me to my next issue with a potential Nintendo Kart: representation. Mario Kart does a pretty decent job at representing the Mario world through its tracks. Could it do better? Sure. Especially in terms of Donkey Kong track representation. Seriously. They only scratch the surface of the Donkey Kong world with these generic jungle tracks, but that's a subject for another video. Oh wait, I already made that video, and you could check it out right after this one. Link in the description. Mario Kart is capable of going deep into the series, and does make tracks based on a wide variety of locations in the Mario universe. Just look at courses like Twisted Mansion, Maple Treeway, and Tick Tock Clock. Compare this to Super Smash Bros. Stages where, even though Mario has by far the most stages, almost all of Mario's stages are based around generic grasslands. There isn't even a Bowser's Castle stage in Smash. That's how surface level Mario's stage representation is. But beyond referencing the source material, Mario Kart goes out of its way to craft tracks that are completely original in presentation, while still remaining wholly Mario with courses like Waluigi Pinball, Ice Ice Outpost, and Squeaky Clean Sprint. Heck, it could even be argued that Rainbow Road is a Mario Kart original. If it were Nintendo Kart, not only would the Mario-related tracks have to be surface level, but all the guest tracks would have to be surface level as well. And on top of that, since it's a crossover game, the developers would feel compelled to only make tracks that reference the source material, meaning tracks like the aforementioned Squeaky Clean Sprint and Waluigi Pinball wouldn't be made. And don't get me started on character representation. You think the likes of Funky Kong, Petey Piranha, and Wiggler are making it into this hypothetical Nintendo Kart? Forget it! You'll be lucky if you even get Toad. Maybe they'd be super awesome and put in some kind of 150 or so character roster, but that's quite a lot to ask for. Quick interruption, then back to the video. Just so you know, I also cover movies and TV shows over on my other channel, Stories Are Meaningful. And I just put out a video analyzing the Super Mario Bros. Movie. You should really check it out. Link in the description. It's often hard to top yourself when you've already gone so above and beyond. Perhaps they could just add Zelda, Ganondorf, Captain Falcon, and even Kirby, but that's pushing it. If they only did that and are sparing with the crossover courses, the game would still remain Mario Kart. I think this is the most likely scenario for what is going to happen. Nintendo Kart, while definitely possible, is too big a deviation from the series, and I think Nintendo is aware of the issues that would come with making such a game. Or, it's possible they'll have no crossovers at all. Maybe they'll keep the series purely Mario, and Mario Kart 8 will just be the one that has crossovers. After all, they didn't put Rob in every game after he appeared in DS, they just let DS be the special one that had Rob. So, there are three possibilities. 1. Nintendo Kart. 2. A few more crossover characters are added, or 3. It's Mario series only. If I had to choose, I honestly think I would go with number 3, on the condition that it means they would go even deeper into the Mario universe with its tracks. Mario is already such a vast series on its own, and I don't think they've really shown enough of it in Mario Kart to start putting in non-Mario things. With that being said, I wouldn't be too bothered by the crossover characters staying in. I won't deny that I really like Hyrule Circuit, the Animal Crossing course, and the F-Zero tracks, and I know a lot of fans have enjoyed these crossovers. So even though I think I'd prefer a completely Mario-centered Mario Kart, a little bit of crossover will work just fine as well, as long as it remains Mario Kart. But which would you rather? Do you think there may be other possibilities? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, if you like this video, maybe you'd like to see this other video right here. Or if you'd like to actually watch me play games, you could see some of that over on my other channel, CUBICLE Plays. I think you'd really enjoy this video right here. If you like what I do and want to see me do more of it, consider becoming a channel member or supporting my Patreon, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.